Hello there, and welcome back to another episode of Rule the Waves 2 as Great Britain. In our last episode, we scored well, I guess you could call it a victory of sorts. We did inflict more damage on them than they did on us, but we did also lose one of our very valuable and most modern battle cruisers, so that was a very expensive loss, along with a number of light cruisers that are not easy to replace. Our number of Pandora class is dwindling rapidly, and I don't like that. That said, we did defeat the enemy, so huzzah. And we sank a number of their carriers, which is fantastic, because that is cutting in on their total flat tops available. Very, very important there. So they are down by 2 fleet carriers and down by 1 CVL as well. So very good to see those starting to go down. Alright, so now that is taken care of, I do believe we can start turning our attention to some of our other stuff. Alright, so first things first, I do believe we have some ships that need to get rebuilt. So we've got 2 Comus two foreign station cruisers currently in active fleet on Northern Europe. So I'm going to grab those 2 and send them right back out on foreign station. Off you go. And I'll grab 2 of these from their obsolete status and send them in for rebuilds. So grab those, rebuild, off you go. Okay, and then the other big thing that happened last turn was launching the new fleet carrier, the Victorious. So we need to get some air groups on her. So we're going to copy that air group, and we are going to paste that air group directly into the Victorious. Okay, now that is set, we are going to rebuild that and start equipping the Argus with some catapults. Hurrah! Okay, quick review of the aircraft progress. Alright, fighter request is almost done. We should have the results from that next turn, and then we can request some dive bombers, which will be fantastic to add those to the fleet. We did see on the last battle that bombs do have a significant effect. Even level bombing, which is not the most accurate thing in the world, if you do hit the target, it does a lot of damage. So very, very good to see that there. Okay, so we have some very sorry looking cruisers here, Conquests and Proserpines. Heck, even our Pandoras are starting to look old and sad. They're still doing just fine though. Okay, let's see. So we got those rebuilds done. We've got the carrier in for its refit. In fact, how are things looking here? 3 turns on the Glorious. Triumphant should be launching, so that'll free up some budget as well. That'll be nice. How are our ships moving? Mediterranean, Indian Ocean. Oh boy. Hopefully we're able to get some sort of ships overseas to this Southeast Asian theater, so we don't get any more invasions and we can turn stuff around there. I do not want to be losing these hard-fought for territories. I earned Hong Kong fair and square. And if the Chinese want it, they cannot have it back. Alright, sorry, that was totally off topic. Next turn. Yep. Invasion battle. How are they invading when we have them blockaded? Okay, we'll fight it. Alright, so priority is going to be attack enemy ships in general. We do have a very large air force in the area, so that should be able to do quite a bit of damage. And it looks like we have a very good turnout. So carriers, escort carriers, battle cruisers, very good, very good. And then here's our, oh my, looks like our battleships are all manner of confused. Hopefully they're not in two separate, oh no, they are in two separate groups. Okay. So Battle Division 13, Battle Division 18, because why not? And I have no idea which ones are actually the lead group. And do we have, okay, we've got some heavy cruisers. Good, good, good. Two groups of heavy, no, okay, just, there we go, okay. And then we've got another fleet carrier over here, because why not? And then if we head down south, we have a whole line of heavy cruisers. All right. Well, at least they put all of those ones together, so I don't have to go complaining about that. Color me surprised. All right. Radar sensors are on. Local time is a little bit early in the morning. We got sunset coming up soon. There we go. Not bad. Okay. So we are mostly just going to diddle around in this area until we get reports of enemy contacts, and then we'll probably send our strike forces out there. So with that in mind, let's see what we have. I have no idea which ones are supposed to be lead. So this one is independent. This one is also independent, but it's got a flotilla thing. And this one does too. That's really weird. Oh, okay, that's what's going on. So we have a main force, a scout force, and a carrier force. Fantastic. Let's see, but there's Battle Division 18 is leading the main force. And then Battle Division 13 is leading the scouting force. So that's a completely independent thing. And that's got destroyers, light cruisers. And apparently the main group of battleships is part of the scout force, not the battle force. That's okay, because the carrier is part of the main battle force. Sure, we'll go for that. Okay, this is not the best arrangement of organization, but it'll have to do. Let's take a look and see what our settings are. Okay, obviously we want max cap. Well, we'll just go with heavy cap. Okay, set for those, heavy. Set for this, heavy. Set for this, heavy. Okay, so those are all set. Now we need to double check the actual reconnaissance courses. Okay, so this group is going in a very narrow beam in that direction. Obviously I do not need to go a full 300. We'll shorten that up to something a little bit more sensible. I think that'll work. So that was the Behemoth. Then we have Leviathan, and her reconnaissance is covering to the south. Again, we do not need that long of a reach. I think that'll do the job just fine. And then we have the carrier force. Let's see what their search is going to be. Also to the south. And again, we do not need it that long, so we'll just set that to 180 there. We'll spread it off a little bit more to the left. There we go. Wrong direction. There we go. That way we should get a nice even coverage. Alright, and all of these do not need to be going very fast at all, so we're actually going to reduce speed until the sun comes up. And we actually get some scouting reports and other stuff. Okay, quick review through here. We still need to look at coastal forces and see if there's any obvious things. Alright, let's see. So we've got battery 3. Where is that? No idea. Okay, so that's defending Halifax. Battery 4. Right on the tip of the peninsula. Okay, that is a potential landing site. Looks like battery 5 and 6 are right next to each other, and then battery 7 is all the way back there. Okay, so I'm betting invasion is going to be somewhere on the tip of Nova Scotia, so we're going to want to get to this general area. But I like to do it from a distance so I can get my air forces into the action. Speaking of air forces, let's see what all we have. Okay, so first things first, we have Carrier Division 4 with the Argus and the Impermeable, rocking mostly excellent flight squadrons, and they've got a lot of planes out of service. Looks like we haven't been able to replace all of our losses from the last fight, but we have been able to replace many of them. So that's good. Wait. Why are those flying boats? That's not right. Carrier Division 8 also reporting a whole collection of flying boats. Carrier Division 22 also reporting flying boats. Battlecruiser Division 6 also, well, okay, that's the float plane scouts, so that's proper. Float plane scouts, float plane scouts, float plane scouts. Okay, so those are doing fine. Something is wrong with our carrier divisions. So let's do an actual double check here and see if that's really true. So CVL. No, that's actually a thing. We actually have nothing but flying boats on my carriers, which is not supposed to be a thing that can happen. Okay. Well, I have a little bit of investigating to do, and I'll be back shortly. So we're gonna save that. And I'm going to take a look and see what's going on here. Well, I'm back, and I think I got the bug resolved. So, as we saw earlier, my Hurricanes had been misidentified as flying boats instead of torpedo bombers. And after a fair bit of investigation and troubleshooting, and a day later, figured out that, yeah, my torpedo bomber Hurricanes had been misidentified as flying boats because we had a earlier model of flying boat called the Hurricane. Now, how the game exactly forgot that I had the older Hurricanes instead of the newer Hurricanes, I have no idea. But I was able to resolve the issue by going into the save file and misspelling the original Hurricane with a few extra letters here and there, and when I reloaded the game, now it all works. So a bug report has been properly submitted, so hopefully they're able to figure out what's going on here. But now we are back, and we can resume the battle. Okay. Let's see. So I have no idea where I left off. Let's start by double checking recon. Okay, so we've got one set assigned for a nice search pattern down that way. Okay, that's pretty solid. We've got one set going that way. That looks pretty good. And then we also have one set heading down that way. Okay, all of that looks pretty good too. That should provide a good double layer coverage for all the probable areas. Alright, so with the recon set, we can now take a look at our available strike craft. It's not quite morning yet, so I'm going to give the crews a little bit more time to repair some of these things, because we're looking at a fair bit of aircraft out of commission right now. So Indomitable has 8 torpedo bombers down right now. I do not like that, and 6 fighters unavailable as well. Yeah, not good. Carrier Division 4 is looking a little bit better, but still has 4 torpedo bombers down, and 12 fighters unavailable as well, and that's not even looking at the Impermeable. Actually, Impermeable is looking not too bad. She just hasn't made good on her losses yet. The escort carriers, Fabulous and Fantastic, are actually looking relatively okay. Got a few down. Actually, yeah, no, they're not looking good at all. That is a lot of planes out of commission. So I'm going to give them some time to try and repair those, and we'll see what happens. But I will have to ready some strikes as soon as I do have contacts. Alright, game speed is pretty well set. We're mostly just crawling around here, waiting until our recon planes find something. I do suspect that this over here is going to be the actual mission objective, but I'd rather not go racing over there too much. Okay, yep, we can catapult launch some more planes. Sounds good to me. That swarm of search planes heading out from all directions. Oh, I love that. Okay, we're going to pick up the pace just a little bit more. Okay, and we have our first report. 5 heavy cruisers. Well, I doubt that that's the only thing, but it is time to start readying up. And, well, whatever is not ready, we're just going to have to deal with. Okay, 2 of those, priority targets. I'm going to say priority targets are carriers, because ultimately that is the biggest single concern here. Our battleships can very much take on theirs, but carrier-wise, yeah, that's going to be a little bit more rough. Okay, so we're going to start readying those up. Oh, wait. What do you mean Indomitable has 0 torpedoes remaining? Okay, looks like I have one more issue I need to resolve, since I may have fixed the planes, but they never fixed the torpedo counts. Alright, in that case, I'll be right back. Alrighty, I'm back. Yep, so apparently when it decided that I had flying boats instead of torpedo bombers on all my carriers, it forgot to load up all the torpedoes that we were supposed to have. So yeah, I just had to go back and, well, fix that just a little bit. But now it's all fixed, should be good to go. You'll notice we actually have torpedoes listed over here now. Okay, so that was Carrier Division 22 assigned. Now I need to start prepping stuff from Carrier Division 4. So that'll be the Argus and the Impermeable. So those are also all rocking torpedoes, so ready those right up. And then we also have Carrier Division 8, which is, yeah, still a little bit short. But I guess those repaired planes will have to be in follow-up strikes. So I'm sure they'll still get their chance at glory, just won't be quite as soon. Alright, so we got our first spotting report over here. of heavy cruisers. I'm not entirely sure how much I believe that, but I'm going to hold off until we actually receive a report of enemy carriers. If I've got this many carriers out, I'll bet the enemy has a lot too. Alright, we're going to want to keep our battleship forces together as much as possible so we can actually get into a proper fight here. In fact, let's actually pick up our speed for all of these. There we go. I'll send these guys down that way, and the behemoths and all of the other stuff can try and catch up. Alright, and there we go. Hopefully we get a few more reports. Still seeing more aircraft getting repaired. That's fantastic news. Alright, up goes the sun. And there we go. Okay, we got our first major report. 3 fleet carriers, 2 light carriers, 2 cruisers, destroyers. Yeah, there we go. That's our target. That is our primary target. Alright, so we need to put together a strike. What kind of strike would be appropriate? Let's send everything off of Carrier Division 4 after those. Priority target carriers. Target is going to be this group here. I'm going to see if I can coordinate this strike. Yeah, so we're going to check that. We'll take all them hurricanes. There we go. And, yep, range set, target set, coordinated strike. Yeah, that's not a huge change there. But I do want these all going in at once. And yeah, okay. So we'll take those groups and we're going to launch all of those. And we're also going to send these groups. Another separate group of 25, coordinated strike, launch. Alright, that'll be all the planes off of Carrier Division 4. But it will not be our entire strike group. We should still have planes from the other 2 carrier forces. The 1 fleet carrier and 2 escort carriers should still be able to provide additional striking power as necessary in case any further targets pop up. Yeah, like that. Okay, so we're going to send the other strike against these guys. Okay, so Carrier Division 22, we're going to grab these fellows, priority target battleships. We're going to send them after these battleships, battlecruisers, and heavy cruisers. Yep, there we go. That should be a nice large strike. Launch those. And we're going to do the same thing off of Carrier Division 8. Not exactly the biggest or best strike ever, but hopefully they'll do their job. Which ultimately I don't need anything sunk out of the American battleship fleet. I just need them torpedoed and damaged and slowed down before we actually join the line of battle. That's all that really matters right now. Alright, so we've got those 2. I don't think I can coordinate between 2 different carriers. But we've got the target set, priority target set, the intended groups selected. Launch. Yeah, I haven't developed multi-carrier strikes yet. Okay, so uncheck that. Launch. Am I sure I do not want to coordinate the strike? Yes, I don't have an option. Okay, so those are set. There we go. Forgot to turn on that radar. Okay, we are currently trying to get these battleships forming up. They are closing in. And if the enemy is over here and heading this direction, yeah, I do believe that that is the spot we need to meet. And I do believe that we are going to be properly meeting. Should work out pretty well. I'm going to pick up our speed to 20 knots. And I'll take this other group up to 24 so that they can keep closing. And the Argus, well, the carrier groups are going to do what they need to do. Is that another report? 4 transports all the way over here? Oh my. I don't think that that is the invasion force. At least if it is, we got problems. That is probably 4 random transports. Okay. Keep going. 2 more, yeah, probably, yeah, same group. Don't care about those. So we're going to delete those reports and just focus on the ones that matter. Oh, my bad. Here we go. Keep going. There we go. Strikes are heading out. I see enemy strikes coming in. Okay, heavy caps set. So that is all good. Do I actually have my caps up? Let's check. Undo recon. Don't care about unready. Spotting, flying, spotting, flying, spotting, flying. Oh boy. Uh-oh. Our cap isn't up yet. This could be bad. Hopefully that's just a recon there. But we do have our eyes on our first group. And I do believe it is time to start picking up the pace. Squad max those. Pick these fellows up to 24. And we'll see what further spotting reports we get. Okay, there are definitely aircraft out in the area. Radar is definitely confirming that. I sure hope that that is just recons, because I would be very embarrassed if my cap is not in position. I know in previous episodes I've complained about them launching cap first, but in this case, it would be very, very bad if we don't have our cap up. That is our most effective defense. Well, 10 dive bombers heading in. Flank speed. Well, at least they're going into a hell of a fire here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 battleships in the vicinity. I hope that's enough to do the trick. Alright, we've got enemy ships sighted. That's probably their heavy cruiser groups. Looks like our own heavy cruisers are heading out to engage. These are my 8-inch gunned cruisers. I may have to pull them back. We'll see. More aircraft approaching. Okay, going after the Aeolus. No hits. Okay, so there's one 11 torpedo bomber strike and one 20 dive bomb strike. Okay, and then there's another group over there. Well, not a whole lot else. They're pulling parallel. There we go. More dive bombers going in, facing off against a very heavy AA factor there. 1 aircraft damaged and no hits. Good. Okay, more dive bombers heading in. 1 destroyed, 1 damaged. Torpedo bombers going in. No hits yet. We'll see. Hey, our first group is approaching enemy ships. Excellent. Okay, let's see what else do we have going on here. Okay, plenty more damage on their air wings, and no hits scored yet. Looks like our heavy A factor is definitely doing its job, and I'm also seeing... Oh boy, look at those light A. Oh, and they're torpedo bombing the impermeable. It's a hell of a heavy AA there. Looks like our caps are starting to get up. Even if they're not entirely... Oh, good. Medium bombers heading out, too. Let's see. Have our caps reached the front yet? Not yet. But we are inflicting damage on them and breaking up those attacks. And it does look like we are successfully engaging against enemy heavy cruisers. Oh, and there's battleships as well. Okay, there's our target. Turn the battle lines towards. And we are already at speed. Or at least ordered up to speed. So we should be okay. More enemy aircraft approaching. Ooh, Amphitrite lost 2 turrets to a flash fire. That is unfortunate. Oh boy, they're facing off against the South Carolina. Yeah, I'm taking manual control and disengaging you guys for now. You are not designed to stand up against 20-inch guns. That was 1 hit and 2 turrets got burnt out. Time to run. Let the ships that are designed for this kind of thing deal with that kind of thing. Okay, how are we going? Amphitrite took a bomb hit, and it appears to have knocked her superstructure off. She is not doing well. Engine room hit as well. She's still keeping speed up, so that's good. Looks like that unitized machinery is paying off quite nicely. But I do believe Amphitrite is going to be out of the fight as soon as she's in a safe condition. And we've got 4 torpedo bombers going after enemy cruiser. And 4 dive bombers going in as well. Heavy A takes one out. Light A takes another one out. Good shooting, guys. Oh boy, they've got some escorts as well. Oh, neat. I do think, or at least I hope, that we have that we can get some hits as well. Nothing yet. Still got dive bombers coming in on us. Our torpedo bombers are still attacking them. No hits yet. Okay, Argus just took a bomb hit. Let's see, how bad is it? Okay, 300-pound bomb, superstructure hit. I don't see any fires. Hopefully she's okay. She is still maintaining air operations. We would get a report if that had changed. And 2 more dive bombers going in. 1 damaged, other 1 damaged. Outstanding. All right. Oh, and there we go. Yep, Argus is on fire. Okay. That is a problem, and we got to get Argus to a safe condition. So we're going to reduce speed on that entire division to try and fight that. Why are my battle cruisers over here? That is entirely the wrong place to be. Okay, we're going to have to reassign some of this stuff. Cruisers, screening for the Argus. Destroyers, screening for the Argus. Destroyers, screening for the Fabulous. Cruisers, screening for the Fabulous. Battle cruisers, screening for the Argus. Let's see, this is impassable and impenetrable. Okay. You know what? Yeah, they're fine. Those are perfectly fine doing that escort. I'm pretty sure that our capital ship forces will be sufficient to deal with the enemy battleships. So let's see. There's that Yorktown class. Probably not the one that survived last time. That's got to be a different one. And there is the South Carolina herself. We're about to have a clash of titans. But I think we're going to have to deal with that in the next episode because we are coming up on our time limit right now. Between the pre-bug issues and the post-bug issues, I have no idea quite what time we're at. But I'm going to call this episode to a close here. Will the Argus extinguish her fire? Will the British Titans stand up to the American firepower? We'll see. Find out in the next episode. Until then, Katori87 signing off.